As an RC YouTuber, I get lots of free cars every year, just like this and this and this. And I don't know the exact number, but it's definitely quite a few. So surely for a lot of RC fans, this sounds like a dream come true. Unfortunately, it's not always as easy as it may seem. It's not a simple case of just asking for a free car and getting one sent to you. There are so many things you need to get right before a company will reach out and actually send you one. I think it's about time we talk a little bit more about free RC cars and just being an RC YouTuber in general, because trust me, as nice as it is receiving lots of free cars every year, it's probably not everyone's idea of a dream come true. I'm going to do today's video slightly differently. You're so used to seeing me out and about in the field. Well, I'm going to go home today and we're going to talk about some topics which I really think we need to cover. Oh, it's freezing out there, so I'm glad we're back in the warm now. I just want to cover some stuff today because I think this is a video that's long overdue, basically. Let's just say that I think there's a lot of things that I want to speak about when I'm doing my normal videos, which I can't mention a lot of the time. And that's because, well, they're review videos. You know, I'm doing reviews for companies like Banggood, Team Corrali, loads of companies that I've worked for in the past. And it's not always easy to speak my mind a lot of the time because companies don't really like that. You know, we're going to go into a bit more detail later on about doing actual reviews. There's a lot of topics I want to talk about. I think one of the biggest ones is free RC cars. You know, a lot of people think I only make videos to get free RC cars. I'm sponsored, I get paid enormous amounts of money to basically lie to customers. That's probably one of the biggest ones. A lot of people think, and a lot of fellow channels as well, think people are liars and I'm a liar and I'm saying a product's good when it's not. And it's just an ongoing thing that's been going on ever since I started making videos, which was what, 4.5 years ago now. April will be 5 years, and that's pretty much gone really quick. But yeah, there's some stuff I want to talk about on this video that I don't always get a chance to speak about on my main videos. And I don't think I do live often enough. I can't remember the last time I done a live. I think it was probably over a year ago. I don't always have the time to do live videos. I'd love to be able to log on like this, you know, and talk to all of you, but I'm just so busy with work. A lot of people don't realise, but I still have a full-time job. I've got a family to look after. I've got 2 young kids. I don't always have time to just jump on. You know, some channels do it full-time. So they have the ability to just jump on and do a live whenever they want to, but even those channels don't tend to do lives very often. Lives don't really do anything for a channel, in my opinion. You know, yes, it's a way to interact with your subscribers and people who view your channel, but they don't really grow a channel. That's just my opinion. Again, I don't want to offend anyone. I'm very good at offending people. I find when you speak out these days or speak your mind, you always offend people. Let's move on to the first topic that I want to talk about, and that's free RC cars, because I find this is one of the things a lot of the people who watch my channel or fellow channels, you know, a lot of people think it's really easy to get free RC cars. You know, you see it a lot of the time in the comments, you know, especially when one of the companies who you've done the video for, let's say Relalo tend to comment on quite a lot of the videos that we do. Relalo will leave a comment and people will leave a comment underneath saying, oh, send me a free RC car, put me on the list for the next rally car, which is coming soon, by the way. And they expect Relalo to just look at that and go, okay, we'll send you one. Now the problem is, when you click onto that person's channel, they've got no videos, no subscribers, absolutely nothing. Now you have to look at it from the other side. Relalo looking at that channel, do you really think that they're going to be interested in sending you, you know, a $250 RC car, whatever it is, when you don't actually have your own channel, you've never made any videos before? Yeah, it's not really going to happen. I think what a lot of people need to understand is a lot of work goes into creating a channel good enough to be appealing to companies to want to actually send you vehicles to test, to give your opinion, and then to obviously make a video, upload it online, and hopefully get loads of views. There are certain requirements you usually have to meet. I mean, I think I got my first free RC car when I was at 1,000 subscribers, maybe just before, was it just over, I can't remember, it was a very long time ago now, you know, you're talking 2020, but I think it was, yeah, it's definitely Banggood. It was the SG1603, which was a really good little drift car, and I actually put a lot of time and effort into that first ever video that I done, my first ever review video that I did for a company like Banggood. I made sure it had a good intro, I made sure the video was the best that I could do, because I wanted to impress Banggood, because I knew early on that if I impressed them, chances are they would probably send me more cars to feature on my channel, which would then of course help me to grow, because the more content you're putting out, the more new products you're putting out, it's going to attract a new audience. And that's pretty much how I grew my channel up to 10,000 subscribers, and then some of the bigger companies started reaching out. I think the point I'm trying to make is you do need to put a certain level of work in to a channel to actually grow it and to get subscribers and get views before any kind of company is going to reach out and say, okay, well look, we'll send you a free car, you review it, if it goes well we'll send you more. To get to that level you do need to demonstrate a certain level of you know, quality with your videos. Again, I'm not saying I'm perfect, far from it, but I'd like to think I can put a fairly decent video together, and that's all you really need to do. It needs to be something that people can watch, not too long, you know, a lot of the time. And again, please, no channels out there take this as a criticism, but sometimes you see 40-minute long videos to an hour. Sometimes you don't even see the box open, you know, of the RC car or whatever it is the person's reviewing. You don't even see the box open until like 20 minutes in. I find people don't have that level of time these days, you know, people just want to get straight to the point. And I found when I actually did that on my channel, because I was a little bit like that back in the day, I'd do a lot of talking before I actually got to the point. And I've seen it in the comments, people were saying all the time, wow, this guy just talks so much, just get to the point. And at first I was slightly offended, because at the time you think you're doing a good thing, but then when you actually sit and think about it, people don't have time these days. People just want to get on with life, they just want to see whatever it is you're trying to show them, and then they can carry on with their day basically. And when I made that change, when I started getting to the point a little bit quicker, I noticed the engagement rate on my channel started going up, and I noticed the channel started growing at a slightly quicker rate, because people were more engaged with my content, which of course YouTube loves. YouTube loves it when people are engaged and people are liking your stuff and commenting, and then obviously things start to progress and things start to grow. So yeah, free RC cars, chances are it's not going to happen. It's very rare that a company is just going to send you a free RC car. My best advice would be start a channel, upload some videos, make them fairly watchable. People will hopefully come along, give you some views, and then your channel will grow, and then hopefully a company will reach out and start sending you stuff. Banggood's obviously quite good. They will contact channels, a lot of the smaller channels, quite early on, because they do like to support smaller channels. I find they're very good at noticing channels which are starting to, you know, progress, up and coming channels. They will grab hold of them and get them on board. I've noticed they will do that quite often, and that's what happened to me and a lot of the other channels that I watch as well. That's happened to them. So I think that's pretty much it when it comes to free RC cars and people asking about them. So let's move on to another topic which really gets to me actually, and that's people who question my integrity, people who say I'm a liar when it comes to reviews, and I'll say stuff is good when it's not. Now this is something that really bothers me actually, because if people knew how much work goes into creating a channel and making a successful channel as well, out of all the RC channels out there, how many of those channels actually reach 10,000 subscribers? Actually very few. How many reach 50,000? Again, very few. How many reach 100k? Very rare, right? So what we need to realize is the level of work that goes into creating a successful channel is enormous. Now, would someone, well, I say someone, I can use myself as an example, would I risk 4.5 years of work, 4.5 years of missing out with my family, time with my kids, my partner, all the money I've invested, pretty much everything I've put into my channel Basically, my whole life is my channel. Now, some people may say that's sad. I don't really care, because my channel is everything to me. I've put everything into it to try and make it successful, because I would love for it to become my everyday job. I would love for it to become my full-time job, and hopefully one day it will, but at this point it's obviously not. I've got far too many commitments to even go part-time at the moment. But yeah, YouTube's a strange one actually, because if people knew what went into running a channel, I think they'd probably think twice about leaving comments like that. I certainly wouldn't sacrifice everything I've created over the last 4.5 years for the sake of one $150, I think it is, $159 RC car, the ROG1, which is a fantastic little car, by the way, which is why I put it at #1, because there's very little out there from the big brands or anyone else that can really compete with it. But would I really risk everything I've created, everything I've made, and starting a channel from zero? And I think I'm on almost 43,000 subscribers, maybe a couple of hundred away, something like that. Would I risk everything for that one RC car? Just ask yourself sometimes, is it really worth it? And would I actually do it for Relalo? Absolutely not. And I'm not saying I wouldn't do it for Relalo because they're a cheaper Chinese budget company. Absolutely not. Even if Traxxas and Armour or Team Associated reached out and said, we'll send you $10,000 or £10,000 to say really good things about our new product, just keep your mouth shut and don't say anything bad about it. Would I do it? Again, absolutely not, because my channel's worth way more than what they're offering. But yeah, this really annoys me, and I'm pretty sure it annoys a lot of the other creators as well, when people say that we've been paid to say good things about something. Believe it or not, we are allowed to actually like some stuff. Everything that comes through, we are allowed to say it's a good product, and not everything's bad. I've had some really bad stuff on my channel in the last 4.5 years, but the majority of stuff that comes through is pretty good. But yeah, it is something that really bothers me, because like I said, I do put a lot of time and effort into my channel, but people are idiots, essentially. There's no polite way of putting it. Moving on, let's talk about the next thing, and of course it has to be the keyboard warriors, the people who sit there and write all these hateful comments and tell me I sound different and my accent's terrible and I say certain things wrong and I shouldn't be saying this and I should record my videos like that. And wow, this is a daily thing you have to deal with, and unfortunately you have to learn to deal with it, and it's not always an easy thing to deal with, because especially when you've put in hours and hours and hours to try and create a really good video, and then someone comes along and says, wow, it's terrible, or you should have done this, you should have said that, you're a terrible content creator. I think in the early days stuff like that got to me, because obviously I was trying so hard to grow a channel, and you have to remember there are a lot of channels under 1,000 subscribers, there's a lot of channels under 10,000 subscribers, so it's very competitive at times. You're obviously trying to break through and trying to work your way up this invisible ladder. Yeah, it's really not an easy thing to do at times, and I think in the very early days, when you're just starting out, you're trying to go after your first 1,000 subscribers, when you get comments like that, it's enough to put you off making videos. There was a lot of times where I got stuff like that, and I said to Rebecca, my partner, I said, I don't feel like making videos anymore. And she basically said, why? You're doing really well and you've reached 500 subscribers now, you can't stop, you've got to keep going. It's enough to put you off, because essentially you're putting in a lot of time, a lot of energy and a lot of effort. And yeah, in the early days you're still learning how to edit, you're still learning how to set up your camera stuff properly and how to get your audio set up. And when people come along and really criticize you and say this video is absolutely terrible, it shouldn't have even been uploaded, well, people don't realize, but actually a lot of time and effort went into making that video. And when you say stuff like that, it can really hurt people, and like I said, that is enough to put people off. Now, of course, when you're uploading your videos online, you need to be ready for this sort of stuff, because it is going to happen. People are going to take a disliking to you. They're going to have things to say about you. You won't always like what they have to say, and I've been through this many times. The best thing to do is just ignore it. I find that's what really winds people up, but I find a lot of the time I like to be a little bit smart. I like to outsmart these people and comment back. And again, this happened recently actually. Someone left a comment saying, out of all the cars you could have picked, why did you pick this 10? And I would have done this, I would have done that. Right, so of course I like to be a bit smart and say, well, you give me your options then. And I did sort of leave a comment back saying, give me your best 3 options. And then I even put 1, 2, 3 there. And believe it or not, no reply. Because a lot of the time people are smart asses. They think they know what they're talking about. It's like every hobby. It could be anything. Motorsport, golf, fishing. You're always going to get people who think they've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, they've completed it, they know what they're talking about. Believe it or not, a lot of the time people don't know what they're talking about. And they're very quick to say that they know better. That's my Ring camera going off. They're very quick to say they know better when actually they don't, and you know, they've just left a comment like that without actually thinking it through. And to this day, I think I posted it a couple of days ago, that video. I'm still waiting for the reply on that video, and I've got a feeling I'm going to be waiting a very long time. And if that same person's watching this video today, I'm still waiting for your reply. Come on, reply to me, give me 3 options which are better than what I posted in that video. But yeah, all the hateful comments, it is what it is. You know, it's not going anywhere. It's always going to be a thing. It's always going to bring creators down. My best advice would be, try not let it get to you too much. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you just really don't need it. You know, you've put a lot of effort into a video. You've been battling the weather and family issues, and you know, just to get a video out there, and you do the video and you get people come along like that, and it's enough to basically make you want to shut your channel down. You know, I've been there many times before. These days, like I said, I'll just laugh it off. I'll post a smart comment back, put people on the spot, and then they very quickly run away back to wherever and don't always have anything to say. You know, I find that happens quite a lot. Another thing I want to talk about is channel advice, because you do find a lot of the time in some of the comments people would say, I would have done this, I would have done that, personally I would have left this out and I would have added this bit in. And again, you look at some of these comments and you click on their name sometimes and you go through to their channel and have a guess, they've got no subscribers, no videos uploaded. Now for me, I really struggle to take advice from people like that, because firstly, you don't have a channel. So how are you in a position to tell me how to run my channel? It's not happening. Now let's say, for example, someone did leave a comment saying you should change this and you should maybe add this in, take this bit out and all the rest of it. And this person was well known. Maybe they had, you know, a fairly decent amount of subscribers, not necessarily more than me. I'm not saying that just because I'm on 42,500 I'm not going to listen to people below me with less subscriber count. Absolutely not, because if a 1,000 subscriber channel turns around and says to me, oh man, you should change this or do that, 100% I'll take note, because this person's actually doing it. This person is uploading videos, they're pretty much doing what I'm doing. It's not always about subscriber count. You know, there's a lot of channels who produce really good high quality videos, way better than mine, who have a much lower subscriber count, sometimes under 1,000 subscribers. So you do start thinking, actually, this guy's got a point. You know, he's producing high quality videos and he can actually help me here and make me produce better quality content. And that's someone I will 100% take notes from and obviously try to incorporate into my videos, because it's someone who's doing it. Now the problem is, you do get a lot of people who don't actually make any videos, and they'll sit there and try to criticize you and say you should have done things differently and everything else. They're not the kind of people I will ever listen to. And that's because you're not actually doing it. So you don't actually know anything about YouTube. Now, I'm not saying people aren't allowed to speak their mind, of course you are, and I always welcome that. I always like it when people just say it how it is, you know, don't hold back. If I've done something really bad, or I've said something wrong, or there's an editing mistake, feel free, tell me what I've done. I'll try and correct it the next time. But I find it really hard to take advice from people who aren't actually doing it. I think this video is actually turning out to be a lot longer than I planned actually, so we're probably going to wrap it up soon. I think we've covered some really good topics. Like I said, I'm more than happy to do a video like this again, to talk about some stuff if this is what people want to see. I've never really done it before, so I don't know if people will like this. If you do like this kind of thing, drop a comment down below, maybe stick some topics on there that you'd like me to talk about. I have got a lot more time these days because my kids are old enough now to be at school for the whole day. Becca's always working as well now, so I've pretty much got a free house, so I can just jump on and do videos like this whenever I want to. So yeah, drop a comment down below if you like videos like this, and if you like just hearing me moan for half an hour or however long this video turns out to be, then of course I will look at doing more videos like this. So if you've got to this point and you're thinking, yeah, YouTube's not really for me, you know, I'm gonna give it a miss, look, please don't be put off by what I've experienced over the last few years. It's not always the case. A lot of the time it is, and I'm pretty sure every channel will agree that you're going to get times where you're going to get hateful comments, you're going to get videos which don't quite work, you post a video and it doesn't get many views. Everyone's going to go through that. It's all part of the learning process. It's all part of YouTube as a whole. It's a fairly difficult platform to try to master. No one can really master YouTube. You know, the algorithm is its own thing. You know, it's really hard to work out. You find yourself constantly trying to please the algorithm. You also find yourself constantly trying to work it out and know what the right thing is to do. There's no real right or wrong way of making videos online. All I would say is don't be put off by what I've been speaking about on this video today. Just grab a camera, start uploading videos. You really don't need any fancy equipment. Yes, I'm at a point now where I've got two mirrorless 4K cameras that I take with me out everywhere. I've got clip-on microphones. You know, I've got all the fancy gear now which I didn't have when I first started, but obviously as the years go by, things progress. You start looking for the next best thing and you want to upgrade when it comes to quality and that kind of stuff, which is fine. And of course you have to be prepared to invest a lot of money into the channel if you are looking to upgrade your camera and everything else. But the best piece of advice I can give, just use your phone. You know, that's all I did for the first 100 videos, maybe even 150 videos. All I used was my phone. I think after the 20th, maybe 30th video that I uploaded, I think I spent about £20. I'm not sure what that is in dollars, maybe $25–30, and just brought a clip-on microphone which improved quality quite a bit. I think audio is a massive thing when it comes to YouTube. People will favour really good quality audio over camera quality. You know, I've got a fairly good mic here which I've been using throughout this video, which I'm hoping is quite clear and you've heard me quite clear on this video. But the webcam's just an old 1080p webcam. It's nothing special, but this is proof that audio is a lot more important than a good camera. You really don't need any fancy equipment. You don't need to go out and buy, you know, £2,000 to £3,000 or, you know, dollars worth of audio and video equipment. You can start a channel just using your phone. But I think one of the best investments you can make quite early on is a decent microphone. That's definitely going to help you out. Obviously, once the channel starts growing, it will start to appeal to some of the companies out there, especially Banggood. Like I say, they do contact a lot of the smaller channels quite early on and offer to send products out. Banggood are a massive company. You know, they are more than happy to send small channels items to feature on their channel to help them to grow. They also have an affiliate scheme, so if people use your links and go through to their site and order stuff, you're going to make money from that as well. And of course, once a little bit of money starts flowing in, you can use that extra money to fund buying more new products, to basically keep the process flowing. It's not easy, but it's definitely doable. I've done it. I did have a little bit of luck because when I started my channel, it was during COVID. Lots of people were at home, they had to watch stuff online, and you know, I think I kind of got in at the right time, and I'm very fortunate that I did manage to do that. I think a new channel starting out today, tomorrow, next week may be slightly more difficult. That's just my opinion. You know, if you produce really good quality videos, you may instantly be bigger than me in the space of 2 months. You may be bigger than some of the other channels out there in the space of 6 months. You know, no one can really tell the future. Like I said, the algorithm's a bit of a weird one actually. It just does its own thing and no one can really understand how it works. But if you produce good quality videos, you're uploading consistently, your channel will grow. People are going to come in and they're going to watch you, and of course, you know, hopefully you'll get to a point where companies will reach out and offer to send you stuff, which will then help you to grow even more. Now, I'm not saying I've completed YouTube, absolutely not. I've still got a very long way to go. You know, yes, my subscriber count's not actually that bad. You know, 42,000 subscribers in 4.5 years is pretty good going actually, and I haven't even got 500 videos on my channel, so I'm quite happy with my progress so far. But of course, I am nowhere near 100,000, which is my overall goal. I would love to get to 100k. That would be the biggest achievement of my life, you know, to get to 100,000 subscribers, to grow a channel from nothing using a phone at the very beginning and a cheap microphone, to then be sat on 100k. I don't know what I would do, to be fair. You know, it's just it's still a bit of a dream. You know, it's still a long way away. I know I still need to put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of work into my channel before it even gets to close to 100,000. But all you can do is keep going. Of course, you know, I'm still going to do my review videos. I'm still going to do the stuff that I always do, because I enjoy it. And of course, like I said earlier on, it does make a bit of money now. So it's not a simple case of me just stopping, because I enjoy what I do. It makes a bit of money, so why not? I still don't know what I'm going to call this video, because I don't really know what this video has turned into. It's kind of me having a moan. It's kind of me giving you a little bit of channel advice. Obviously a bit of the free car stuff as well. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to call this one. But to summarise, to get free cars, you need to create a channel. You need to upload videos. Hateful comments, it's always going to happen. Happens every day. You kind of have to get used to it if you're going to be successful on YouTube. Starting a channel, you don't need anything more than your phone. And I've already forgotten what the last thing was, what I just spoke about. But yeah, guys, we're going to leave it there. I really hope you've enjoyed this slightly different kind of video, which I'm not used to making. But yeah, we're going to leave it there today. If you want me to do this kind of thing again, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like me to talk about. If there's any questions you have for me, or anything you'd really like to know about me, of course, drop a comment down below. And when I do eventually do this again, of course, I'll make a note of it somewhere and I'll try and answer it. But yeah, we're going to leave it there. Cheers for watching. Cheers for listening to me bang on for the last however long this video is. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.